guys, it is Sunday and welcome to another Tea Time with Tan and Eric. I think what we're going to do, babe, is have the tea times every Sunday. Every Sunday. So put it on your calendar. You really don't even need to put it on your calendar. Check in every Sunday, and if all is going well, you should have a tea time for us. So I think we're going to kind of follow up, if you guys can see the title, a little bit with what we left off on last week's tea time.
Yeah, you know.
Why y'all can't keep it in your pants?
Well, we're gonna flip the script in this video because I don't want, like, we're beating up on the guys too much on this channel.
Really?
Last time you just ripped into T.I., which I didn't appreciate.
Hi T.I., if you're watching, and you're probably not.
So, ladies, we're not gonna let you off the hook. We're gonna discuss in this video why women cheat.
What?
Yeah. You guys cheat, it happens. It happens. Now, before we do that, let's do a quick recap of what we've discussed in the last call. So I've got my chart again. So if you saw the last video, I brought out this chart. And what I talked about, this is a pie chart. And what I talked about was men's emotions are very compartmentalized. And these are the 6 areas you want to look at.
Okay. You want to go over the areas just in case they can't see it? And
I will.
Okay.
And I said, I felt like, you know, women tend to focus on 3 areas. Intimacy or sex. Love, obviously you want a man that loves you, and family bonds. Typically having children together, you know, getting to know each other's family. But I said in that video, I think 3 areas where, you know, women need to also look carefully are a man that is loyal, mature, and doesn't want any drama. And we gave a lot of examples. And one of the things I added, because we got a lot of comments from you guys, I kind of put it in the center of the chart here, right? All of this is about morality, right? What are our morals? And, you know, we got a lot of comments about, you know, faith in God and marriage vows, and you take your vows before God. And I definitely think you want to look for a man that has a strong, just moral core. Now, let me warn you, guys will run game. Don't necessarily say because, hey, I'm a Christian and we're taking our vows in front of God. Look at that, but also study the man. The other thing I would recommend that you study is, and sometimes this is or isn't possible, what are his relationships like with the previous women that he's dated? Has he had women?
How are we gonna know that?
Well, sometimes, you know, with social media these days, women that he's just pissed off, like, are they good?
Oh, so we should be doing some research? Investigating?
Yeah.
I didn't do any of that with you.
But it was a different era. You couldn't really do it as well back then. But here's the thing. What if we met in college, what if I had a bad reputation on campus?
That's true.
Or,
yeah, it would have gotten around. Yep.
So just look for that. And I think in this era, you can do more kind of social media and figure out.
That's a good point, because, babe, I did know friends. I did have friends in college who did date guys who had a reputation. And it's like, steer clear of him.
Yeah. So let me put this back up one time, because I think to kind of,
chart?
You should be, because it's a beautiful chart. Look at that handwriting. I think to kind of segue into ladies, again, one, I think our emotions as men are more broken up, right? We can separate having an affair from love. We can love you and still have an affair.
Okay.
And I think the morals thing in the middle. I do think women tend to have the moral high ground. I do think, you know, I'm gonna keep it real. Y'all are less likely to cheat.
Okay.
So what are some of the extreme circumstances or just bad circumstances that would make a woman cheat?
All right, so for me, and I think I'm probably going to speak for you ladies as well, the reason why one of us ladies would cheat, if I know we would never cheat, all right?
That's a lie.
No, I know.
Where's your chart? Where's the chart?
I don't need a chart, okay? I don't need a chart, because guess what? I think you guys are auditory learners, all right? Eric thinks you guys are visual learners.
Teaching, master's degree in teaching and
I think we're auditory, and you guys can hear and listen to me and grasp and comprehend what I'm trying to get across, okay? So we don't need any charts. But let's say we were in some alternate universe and everything just got jumbled up, where we honest, God-fearing women decided we're gonna step out on our spouses. This would be the reason why we would do it. Lack of value and feeling just an immense self-worth and vindication and validation from our spouse.
So basically, he's not paying attention to you.
He's not paying attention to you. That is the only way I think that we would go outside of the marriage. All right. So in my case, daily, several times a day, I get, babe, you look really pretty today. Babe, are you wearing makeup? Your skin looks really nice. Babe, I like your hair. What unit is that? Or he'll say, what wig is that? I like it. Did you do something different? Babe, your butt looks really good in those jeans.
Side note for the guys, I have learned, this is just my opinion and what I've seen. Women don't like to be necessarily complimented on the physical attribute, butts and breasts. It's more your hair, your outfit, skin, smile. Which we kind of care about.
Because
but
when he says my butt looks good in something, I feel like I'm getting too chunky. And I would prefer to not be.
So don't compliment the physical all the time.
That's a tip right there.
Yeah.
But so if I had a job outside of the home, and as you guys know, once upon a time I actually did. And although I was a teacher, there were those circumstances where I did have to encounter male co-workers. Okay. Now I never had a male co-worker try to approach me in a way that wasn't appropriate, but I would say, if I were lacking at home a spouse that, he didn't pay me any attention. He didn't make me feel like I was just his everything. I think a male co-worker would be able to get into my head, get into my ear if he were doing those things that my spouse was not doing at home.
And it's funny because doing our research, again, women, y'all are winning.
I didn't do any research.
That's why I had a laptop here. The women, you guys are winning because I couldn't think of anybody. Like we talked about T.I. and Trump and all these people in the last.
Anybody what?
Any women that, famous women. Nobody jumped in my head. Last time we talked about T.I. and Trump and a bunch of other people. I had to Google it. And every woman on here, it's a bunch of famous women. It was all basically co-workers, people they were shooting movies with.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Don't let, ladies, pause the video. Go get your husband, your significant other, and let them see this. Guys, are you here?
Yeah.
Please.
It's the work husband you got to look out for.
Don't send your wife off to work if she works outside of the home and you're not doing your job as a spouse at home. Don't let your wife get a work husband. Don't let him be filling in those gaps.
And I think it's because, and I'm not a psychologist or an expert on women by any stretch, but I think women have to have that psychological bond. You have to know the guy. You got to know him.
Yeah. Wait, what do you mean you have to know the guy?
You're not gonna. Most women aren't gonna go to a bar.
Oh, right. We're not gonna do a random pickup.
Yeah, it's got to be somebody that strokes your ego a little bit. Yeah.
So if your wife, your girlfriend, guys, I really hope you're watching this. If your wife, girlfriend works outside of the home and she works around other men, don't let that dude get in your wife's ear. Oh, Susie, you look great today. Did your husband did he compliment, did you get a new haircut? Are those new earrings?
But you're only vulnerable to that typically if you're not getting the attention.
If you're not getting something at home. Outside of that, I don't think as women we typically cheat. I don't think we are, for lack of a better word, we're not doggish. Is that what we call it? Used to call it in the day. Like men were thought of back in the day as just dogs because y'all would run up behind anything.
Yeah.
And I don't think we do that.
And in my research, which means I Googled it, that was mostly the articles. The only exceptions I saw. Oh, really? That's what they said? The only exceptions I saw for revenge, right? So the man cheats.
So right.
Women that have an addiction. A sex addiction,
an illness.
Those were the only other two main ones that I saw over and over. The other one, it was emotional. So, I said in the chart, right, I talked about, hey, this is all about morals, right? And that's at the center of the chart there. And I said, women have the moral high ground here, except, and this is one area I think women are shadier than men. I think when men cheat, when men are dogs, we're dogs. We'll cheat with a married woman, an unmarried woman, a rich woman, a poor woman. I do think there's a category of women that seek to cheat with men that are married or in serious relationships. Debate me. Fight me.
You guys fight Eric too in the comments. Start clicking away. All right, so my thoughts on that are, I think many women, whether they be in a relationship, married themselves, I think they find that piece of metal around that finger attractive. I think some women find that really sexy, that men are wearing that piece of jewelry. I really do. Also, I think there are women who, let's say they're not trying to be in a serious relationship, but they want somebody. Messing around with a married guy, you're safe, okay? Because he's not really trying, you're just a little side something too. All right, you want a side something, he wants a side something. You're in a relationship where there isn't a whole lot of commitment. You do what you're gonna do with him, and then he goes back to his family. All right, and then there's that third category we like to call around here the THOT. All right, they'll just do anything. All right, they don't care whether he be married, single, or otherwise. Their agenda is just to get theirs. The THOT, she's not necessarily trying to get that man to marry her, but if he's in a marriage, you know, he's, you know, probably able to take care of the wife and the family. That means he has a little bit of, you know, financial stability there where he can also spread some of that wealth over to her. You know, what are your thoughts?
I agree with just about everything you said. I think for some women, when they see a man with the ring, I think women want a man that is proven, right? That's why a woman will cheat with a coworker, because she's seen him in action. She knows he's not crazy or a creep. I think when women see a man that's married, oh, another woman's broken him in, he was good enough to marry, he must have some good quality, so he's somewhat proven. I think for the most part, married women aren't going to cheat with married men unless, we have to go back to our previous conversation, she's really lacking in something at home and they become work husband, work wife. I think it's mostly single women. Like you said, I do think there's a category of single women that are the thoughts that are just...
Back in the day, we would call it the mistress. Back in the day, we would call it the mistress. She was, you know, she would keep quiet. She would, you know, play her role. Now we have to call them the THOT because
they are out there.
They are out there. They don't care if you know. They're just grungy and nasty.
And it's funny, you could debate. It's funny, social media, and this is probably another tea time. Social media makes it
glamorized.
Yeah, it makes it easier to cheat, but it makes it harder to cheat. And it has become glamorized.
I think the THOT category has become a bit glamorized, in that these chicks don't care if you know that's what they're doing. You know. The
other term I've heard here recently is clout chasers.
Clout.
They're chasing clout. More so with famous guys, when they get caught up and inevitably a picture of them with the girl, the thought somehow posts a picture of them in bed together where you only see like the top of his head or the back of his head. There have been a few people that have gotten caught up with that. But I think that's where women are morally shadier, because I do think there is a category of women that, hey, that dude's in a relationship, I want that, I will take that.
I just really think there are women out there who do that. I like I said, I really do think there are women who find that ring sexy. They think it's, you know.
So should I take mine off so I don't want to get run down in the streets? This has so much power. I'm gonna set it to the side.
I know. Bye guys.